I do have some domain names, I'm sure the owner had something in mind by the name that IT scrap. However, the domain name turned out to be it's scrap.com. Alright. This is the kind of mistake that I don't want you to do. Alright. थोड़ा सा ऊपर करेंगे, मनोज? So I'm sure they meant who represents. I have complete faith in that. All right. I'm in no doubts that they meant who represents. All right. मुझे उनकी भावनाओं में कोई शक नहीं है. All right. But as we say that this by but thing. So what happens that when you join two words together in a domain name, you have only the one meaning of that. Alright, let's say your business is who represents. So you just think, okay, so who plus represents, here is my brand name. But it doesn't always play nice. Alright, how else it can play? Manoj, thoda sa down karna. So I am pretty much sure this pen seller must be very pure in his heart. Alright. He must have no any other thoughts in his mind or wherever. So, but ultimately it turned out not so nice. Yeah, thoda aur niche. Alright, so what can be a good name for a website where experts come and exchange their views? Right? What can be a better name than experts exchange? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that they are involved into some manipulative business. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that they came out with this term. Okay, experts and exchange. Okay, this must be good. Let's go ahead. Manu, thoda down karna. So, okay, so if you have art and it comes with speed, what can be a better name than speed of art? Alright, so but as you can see, it didn't come out as good as we expected or as they expected. So the best way for the North of Boston Jewish singles would be their acronym, alright, would be the short form of their every letter. Now I'm not saying that they are inclining no or yes to any particular thing. That's not my job to intervene. However, they didn't even come to think about it, that what kind of meaning it is deriving. Yeah. Okay, so Tahoe apparently is a city and North Lake Tahoe. So even I am unable to comprehend that what they were smoking while trying to, name their brand. I need this stuff. This looks like some potent stuff. Yeah. Niche aao, Manoj? So, less bouquets. This is probably a Spanish term, I think, right? It must be a Spanish term. So, less bouquets. It must have some meaning in some other language. Oh, bhai, photo mat lo yaar. Alright. So, however, it turned out to be a cages for I don't know who. So, niche aao. So, this one is my all-time favorite. Okay, so what can be a good name for a company who sell fish baits and stuff, and they are masters in it? What's wrong with going master bait online? Yeah, nothing wrong. Just go ahead. Okay, and this one is my top favorite. Therapist in a box. This is my all-time favorite. Okay, this is the best domain name one can ever keep for their brand name. So that's fine, Manoj. So what happens that there must be a therapist. They someday thought, okay, then let's brand it unique, and therapist in a box sounds good. However, they didn't realize that how much scary it can be for the people, right? So, what I was meaning to say, we are done here with the laugh round. So, after this laugh riot, the thing, what's the message that you got from this? I would like to ask anyone from the audience. Yes, sir.
Maybe it's a great marketing strategy, it goes viral.
It goes viral, it can be a good marketing strategy. That is one way to see it. Yes, sir, please sit. However, the problem with this is that when you are into a serious business, virality might not always generate you the serious money that you expected for. Alright? Many of these are educational institutes, or let's say some government departments, things like this where you can't afford to be funny. Like right here I can afford to be funny, but when I represent a country, or when I represent my country to other forums, or when I am engaged in any policy discussions, then I can't afford to be as funny as I am here right now. So this is the message that I want to give, that when you select a domain name, you should try to read it from every point of view, alright, and what kind of conjunction there is, what kind of meaning it is making, and you should ask at least a few other people, preferably from all the genders, that what kind of meaning they are understanding from it, alright. So this was my first tip. हटा दो यार इसको क्या ही What kind of tip, the kind of tip that I was trying to give you, that always make your domain names perfect, brandable. Now there are some quick strategies more apart from this, that while choosing a domain name for your business, you should always go for a shorter one as much as possible, preferably less than 14 characters. Alright. If the domain name is not available in your preferred extension, I personally recommend to change the extension instead of adding something more to it. Let's say you have a company, Star Cargo, and Star Cargo is not available in the .com version. So instead of that, you should try to register starcargo.in instead of going starcargoismycompany.com. Because I have seen most of the business doing this mistake of making their domain name long, and it creates more confusion, and it might have the possibilities of diverting your traffic to some other websites or other domain names. Alright, so this was my small tips for the startup and business owners about selecting the domain names. Now we're moving on to the meaty part about making money out of domain names. How do we do so? How do I do so? And how can everyone do so? So, Manoj, let's get back to it. थोड़ा सा zoom कर लो, just